Video on Axiom Pulse, which is basically your pump fun section of Axiom Pro. It's similar to Ball X like NeoVision or Ball X Pump Vision or whatever you want to call it, so very similar to that or Photon meme script as well. But what makes Axiom Pro so different with its Pulse feature is that it has a ton of new features, such as the ability to quickly check bundles. I can actually just go over here, for example, and scroll over. As you can see here, you see this bundle holding symbol here. This quickly tells me how much of a token is actually bundled, as well as that there's also a Twitter repeat check, so I can also quickly check what other usernames this Twitter handle has been used for before. So if I'm seeing recycled Twitter accounts, I can quickly just check it here as well. Like I said, ton of new features coming out from Axiom right now. This is going to be a game changer, as well as Axiom in general does have a ton of other features like Twitter check if it was used before. Like I said before, it has a Twitter monitor as well, so if you go over to trackers, there is an actual Twitter monitor here as well. As you can see, it's got wallet tracker, it's got bundle checker like I said before, so even if I go over to Pulse and I click on a token, as well as you can, I've already got the bundle holding here, but I can just click on a token. It's also going to tell me how much is bundled here as well, so really useful information. You don't have to be opening up Trend Trader all the time like you used to back in the day, as you probably still do, like opening up Trend Trader to see how much of a token is actually bundled, as well as that we've also got the DEX pay checker, so I can also check if DEX is paid, so that will just drop over here. As you can see, for this token here, Oblivion DEX is unpaid, so yeah, like I said, bubble map as well, perpetuals, snipe after migration. There's a ton of new features here, basically like a ton of new features. It's going crazy. The snipe after migration feature is going to be on. Buy after dev sells or sell after dev sells features are going to be super useful as well, so these are over in advance, and this is usually before a token is migrated. So if you go to Pulse and click on this, you see the snipe icon here. While this is migrating, you see this token that's migrating, this cube RGB cube token. If I go over here, I can actually click on the snipe button and I'll be able to actually snipe this token while it is migrating, or if I open it, I can actually go over to advanced and set my migration, or I can dump a migration if I'm holding some cloud. This might be like, okay, yeah, let me dump a migration, but there's a ton of features here. Axiom Pulse is absolutely incredible. I recommend you guys get if you want to get into Axiom right now. It's early access, invite codes early, check the link in the description. Yeah, like I said, Axiom is an early access and an invite code is required. Public launch is coming soon though, but yeah, if you want to get an early access now and get all these tools and features that are exclusive to Axiom that are on Buell X, NeoVision or Photon or any of these other inferior trading platforms right now, if you want to use the superior, the best, the fastest trading platform, you gotta switch over to Axiom, because right now all of the top traders are talking about this. All of the big plays in the space are talking about this, not just because of its utility and its function and everything like that, also the team as well. The team is also backed by Y Combinator, so we've got a really good team building this product as well. The UI looks fantastic. In my personal opinion, it's the best UI compared to Buell X and Photon as well, so yeah, not just the features as well, the UI, the interface is absolutely fantastic as well. But yeah, as you can see here, to start off with, we've got all these functions here. We've got the DEX paid symbols here as well, super useful, ton of useful features. Got the filters as well, so of course, as you see, we have new pairs over here now. This is going to be the actual new pairs that are launching on Pump Fun, but the difference here with them, Axiom, is that unlike Buell X and Photon, you can also see Radium, a new pair, so I can actually see tokens that are launching as new pairs on Radium, so not tokens that have graduated, tokens that have launched directly on Radium. And they've launched on Radium, not Pump Fun first. They've launched on Radium as a new pair, so I can actually, if I click off Pump Fun, so as you can see here now, we've seen a ton of different coins that launched directly straight from Radium. So yeah, super useful feature. If you want to miss out on any alpha or anything like that, you can go ahead here and allow this Radium button as well, so you don't miss out on any no new pairs that are launching on Radium and not Pump Fun. But yeah, it's totally up to you whether or not you want to turn that off. Personally, for me, I like to focus on Pump Fun because that's the platform that everybody's on, so I'd recommend you turn off Radium, turn off Moonshot, etc., and you just stick with a Pump Fun, but it's totally up to you. But yeah, that's new pairs. I'm gonna be going over filters in a minute, and I will have a full video on filters as well coming out, but I just want to go over the symbols and everything here. So as you can see, we've got the name, the ticker of the token, the name. We can complete the contract address by just clicking this, and then we've got the obviously the socials and stuff here. Holders, pro traders. It might confuse you. It's not like expert traders, basically just like traders trade on our Bolex or Photon, so basically just like bot users on our Photon. And we've got our dev migrations as well, so this is the actual migrate, how many migrations the devs has in the past. As you can see here, this dev here, he's migrated 2 coins from our pump Fon to Radium in the past, yeah, and as well as that we do have our top 10 holders as well, so this is like the amount of supply that's held by the top 10 holders for that particular token. And then we have the dev is actually holding, so 66%. He obviously, this is quite high. This isn't the kind of token that I'd want to be investing into this public of rug snipers as well, so this is the amount that snipers are holding. So basically, first buy this could either be the dev or this could be people just sniping the token. Maybe if there's a hot launch coming out, they might just be sniping every related ticker, anything like that. And yeah, so you can see snipers as well. And then we also have insider holding similar to Bolex, so it's similar, people who got in extremely like earlier as well. Basically similar, quite similar to the sniper function. And then we also have the the bundle holding as well, so this is just basically how much of the token is actually bundled. So this is like bundling is basically just means buying a larger amount of the token across different wallets within one transaction, and people do this obviously to capture like a large supply of the token. So yeah, obviously bundling is always like super bad. It depends on the token obviously, but yeah, as you can see here, this is a feature that isn't on Bolex, or I can't see bundles or anything like that. I'd have to go over to Trend Trader, copy the CA, go over to Trend Trader, paste it in to see the bundle presensions and everything like that. But here on Action Pulse, I can actually just see that data right here straight away. So as you can see here, data that's on there, that's on Trench Radar. I don't have to be opening up Trench Radar all the time. I can just see that data right here on Action Pulse, a super useful feature. Similar to Dex Pay, I remember back in the day everyone used to be talking about Dex Arena Pay. Dex Arena Pays like tokens will not migrate if Dex Arena was not paid at giving it over the hill. So here this is also a super useful feature as well to check if the Dex Arena profile has been paid. The Dex Arena profile is basically just like when you open up dexarena.com, you have the profile, you have the banner and everything and link set, because normally most Dex Arena tokens will not have the links and everything set. They'll just have like an empty like an empty page or empty like, as you can see your question mark here. No like profile, no links, anything. So yeah, that's how you can also check if Dex was paid real quick. But yeah, those are the symbols. And of course we have new pairs. Final stretch, so this is going to be tokens that are close to migrating, so this is probably only going to include pump funds. The new pairs will include a Radium, but all these other two will only include pump fund and moonshot, so you'll only see Radium if you choose to see Radium tokens that are launched directly on Radium. You'll only see them here on new pairs. But yeah, these are tokens that are close to migrating based on the bonding curve. So as you can see here, this is a 90% bonding curve, so it's the closest token to migrate. And obviously here we have migrated tokens, which is tokens that have already graduated. As well as that, you do also have the ability to set your quick buy amount here as well. So if I want to set my quick buy amount 2.1 Solana, I can just quickly set that as well, and I'll be able to quickly just. Sometimes you might want to add like extra numbers to this just to make the buy button a bit bigger so you can click it easier. So if you see something hot, you can click on that quick buy button a lot easier if you just add some extra ones here, or some like extra zeros and then a 1 at the end or something like that, just to make it easier to quickly But yeah, you can also, like I said, you can set your snipe settings here as well. Me personally, for snipe settings, I like to use 100 slippage. Priority depends to, you can either be 0.01 or 2.1, it depends on what you're sniping and how hyped it is. Bribe, I'll also set that to 0.001, or this usually bribe usually needs to be a bit bigger, maybe 1.015 or 0.01. Well, usually when you're sniping you want to obviously use like a slightly larger bribe and priority fee than you usually do. Because obviously you're trying to be one of the first few transactions that getting on the coin when it migrates, because you want to get the lowest price possible if you're buying a hype token. And then for your actual presets as well, you can just go over here to the settings page and set your presets. These are some pretty good settings here for the buy settings. So 20 slippage 0.01, priority 0.01, for the bribe. Sell settings 30 slippage 0.05, priority 0.05, bribe. The reason I use less priority and bribe for the sell settings is because I'm using less slippage and I'm often clipping more on my sales as well, so these are usually good sense for me. Obviously you're free to go ahead and change those settings to whatever you feel is most comfortable for you. And also with the actual post guide you can also still open up the wallet tracker here, so I can open up the wallet tracker here over to the sign and see any live trades that are going on and keep tracking everything just here. Super easy to use interface as well, and I still have the quick buy buttons and everything over here. And then obviously I can also open up the Twitter tracker. Now this isn't running right now, it's gonna be running soon. Again, it was working perfectly yesterday, but I think they're gonna fix the issue with the vendor or whatever's going on. It's gonna be working perfectly soon. Well, yeah, like I said, these are all the this I've gone through most of the symbols and everything but so yeah, now I'm gonna be looking at the filters as well. Oh, and another useful feature we have here as well, you can actually see the amount of transactions here and the amount of buys and sells here. So this is super useful to kind of see how many people actually buying and selling the token and how many transactions are going through. So here, as you can see, we've got 8,000 transactions on this. Is I'm guessing that this is being bumped by a bump bot or something like that. That's why it's got so many transactions. Well, with the ones that look more legit, like here 835 transactions, I can see there's a decent amount of people buying, some people selling. Okay, I can then decide off that information. Maybe I want to snipe this token. Should I snipe on Radium? Or should I just leave it, see how it does, let it don't, maybe I get a better price, etc, etc. So yeah, obviously there's a ton of information here just off the bat that you don't get on Bolex Neovision. Like, yeah, look how dry Bolex Neovision looks compared to Axiom Pulse. Like, the information you're getting here on Axiom Pulse is just game changing. It's so much better information. But yeah, so now I'll actually be looking at the filters. As you can see here, we've got the filters for new pairs here. I'm going to be going through everything real quick. I'm going to do a more detailed video on this obviously in the future. But personally for me, these are the filters that I'm going to be using when I'm trading on Axiom. So as can see here, we have the search keywords here. So search keywords, this is just if I want to go ahead and actually search for a specific token. Maybe I want to search for a specific ticker. Maybe I want to search for I coins, for example. So coins that have I somewhere, I can just add that to my search keywords here. If I want to include keywords here, so maybe if I see something that keeps on popping up, maybe some like fake utility token, I can just add it here, and I can exclude those keywords from there. And obviously it's comma separated as well. Bonding curve, obviously this is like how much in, so basically the bonding curve is how far ahead a token is to migrate. So as you can see, this is a 95% bonding curve, so I can actually go ahead and choose the bonding curve amount. So personally for me, I usually always set bonding curve to around 11 to 12%. I'm going to search 12% here. Age, index, spade as well, and CANs and pump, I'm going to leave these both off for new pairs. You don't need them in my opinion. Dex speed might be useful if you're on migrated tokens, but that's obviously up to you. I prefer even on migrated, which I will get to later. You probably leave them off. Age, I'm in it, I'm going to leave that. Top 10 holders, I'm going to leave that as well. Death holding, I'm going to leave that as well, but if you want to, you can probably set that to 20, but I'm personally going to leave it. I just feel like I'll leave it at 20, but I just feel like sometimes you do have tokens where they snipe like a large supply and then they spread it out and send it to like a larger like a K1 or something like that. So maybe the dev might snipe it, but yeah, I'll set it to 20. I think that's going to be good sniper percentage. I probably don't want this to be much more than our 10%. Insiders probably less than 15. So snipers, obviously, like I said, these are the people that are going straight away at the start. So the bots, this could be bots, for example. People that snipe the token are like the first candle. Basically first, second candle, so instantly snipe the token, instantly bought the token. These guys usually don't bundle you. Of course, when they make a profit, they got their earliest entry. And they usually don't wait that long, so that's why snipers aren't great. But yeah, insiders as well, this is similar to snipers, just people that are going early. Basically bundle percentage, personally I'm going to be setting this to 24, maybe like 30%. It's decent. Bundles aren't always that bad. It honestly just depends on the token. It's up to you what you want to do if you want to bundle. Personally for me, I'm going to set here 30%, but sometimes bundles can be decent. Bundled players can be decent. So on final stretch, I'll show you Why leave it set to you like nothing here for? Bundled players holders I probably gonna set to 5. Holders pro traders as well, which is basically like similar to you know this is bot traders, so people who trade on Bolex, Neo or Photo for example, or good morning good night. I'm going to set that to 5 as well. My matrix here, liquidity, leave that. Volume probably set to 3000, market cap, leave that. Transactions probably set it to about 12 transactions. Buys 5, sells 5 sells as well. So yeah, those are the cents that I use personally for Axiom Pro, and I can just go ahead and apply that. So for final stretch I'm going to go ahead and I turn off moonshot as well. I don't really trade moonshots at all. Such keywords I'm going to leave those, exclude keywords, etc. Bonding curve. You can set this to, you know, maybe like 54%, but I'm going to actually go ahead and actually set the market cap instead. So yeah, my DEX, pay and cans and pump, we're going to leave those on. Tip, to be honest, for most of the actual filters here on our final stretch I'm going to leave them off. About the age, I'm going to set that to I usually like send it to about 240 minutes, maybe. Sometimes it depends on what's actually on your feed, but most of the times if you can leave it to 0. It's just sometimes you see a lot of stuff that has just been like there for like 12 hours, but I say you can just leave it to 0 because sometimes stuff that's like 4 months old just randomly like pops to the top of like the bonding curve, and obviously you don't want to while it's graduating because it could be a decent sniping opportunity. But yeah, top 10 hold is going to leave that def hold. I'm going to leave that snipers. If you wanted to, I'd probably set it to around 25%, but I'm also going to leave that. Here the thing about final stretch is that I just want to know what tokens are actually so if you have a really good understanding of a market, basically you can set no filters on final stretch and be fine, because if you understand, you know, bond, like if you understand how to do your research and make sure that tokens are actually saved to put your money in, etc. Then obviously you can set to no filters because you don't want to be missing anything. Even tokens that are bundled can tend to do well once they've migrated, so you don't want to be missing anything. You can still get some X's there if you can obviously trade very quickly, but yeah, I usually don't have any sense on it. I might have a market cap, I might set that to 25k, and a volume I might sometimes set that to 30k, but let's just leave the volume as well. But yeah, as you can see here, 30k 25k market cap, just to remove a bit of the noise sometimes. But yeah, if you guys are newbies and you want to make sure you're not getting scammed, anything like that, I'm just going to quickly go over the cents to use. So snipers, I'll probably set that to 25. Insiders, reset that to 20. Bundle percentage, probably don't want anything more than 40%, or actually let's just say 35% is probably better. Holders, you're going to want to set to at least 30. Minimum holders, pro traders, at least 30 as well. Dev holding, you're going to want to set that to maximum 15. Top 10 holders, you're going to want that. You can probably leave that, depends. Let's just say we'll set that to 40% as well. And then each let's just leave that, even if you're a beginner. And liquidity volume, you're going to want to set your volume to around 35,000 transactions. Set that to about 30 transactions. Buys 30, and then sells, I'll probably set it to about 20 sells, and then apply those. And now that should remove a bit of noise. That should be quite a bit of noise. It might be a bit too much, it depends on what you're doing. You could probably lower the sells maybe to 15 or something like that. That should remove most of the noise and the potential scams that might pop up. You can go ahead and change these cents, maybe reduce them, make them a little less, like less, because obviously I filtered quite a lot of stuff out, so maybe make it like less of a strong filter, if you know what I mean. Because obviously there's not much going on here now, but yeah, obviously these cents are like really good. You can go ahead and try and change whatever, see what works for you. Of course, I'm just trying to figure out how I filtered so many coins out with these cents, which is quite surprising. But yeah, like I said, you can go ahead. Okay, it was the pro traders one. You can go ahead and actually change the cents, so actually you can reduce pro traders to probably about 10. Actually reduce pro traders to about 10. And that should be fine. Actually that should be decent. That should be totally decent. And obviously yeah, turn off measure as, because you probably don't need to trade on me, sure. So yeah, these cents I think are pretty decent. Let's just go over them again. So like I said, snipers 25%, dev holding 25% inside is 20% on door. Like I said, you probably want to set to 40% holders minimum, 30 pro traders minimum, 10 magics, 35k volume, 25k market cap, 30 transactions, 30 minimum buys and 15 sells. Apply that, and yeah, these are pretty decent cents, so these should remove a lot of scams for you guys. And you can also go ahead and change the age as well if you want, maybe reduce the age of the tokens you're looking at as well. That might also be useful. And then migrated tokens. Now for migrated tokens, the only thing I really set is the market cap. I think everything else isn't that relevant. You could probably set the bond, maybe change the bond or stuff or anything like that, but obviously you have that information right here, so you can just go over and glance over and look at that information. But I'll probably set the market cap to around 17k. That's using a market cap that I set as my minimum. I mean, even below that I don't really bother looking at anything like that, but 17k market cap is a pretty decent for me. So those are the settings that I use overall for Axiom Pulse. And then of course I'm just going to give a quick overview of actually trading tokens. So let's open this token over here. Now obviously here, like I said, you've got the limit order stuff as well, so you can actually go ahead and say limit order is really easy to do, really similar to Photon and Bowl X inside limit order here by increasing above the actual price of the token. And this I set a stop loss here by reducing it. And then obviously you've also got your presets as well, so you can change your presets whenever you feel like it. Maybe if you want something with less slippage, something a bit more safe, or you want something with more slippage, take a bit more risk, maybe if it's more volatile, so you can quickly change your slip presets for buying and selling as well. And then obviously you have the day here as well, such as bundlers, insiders, all people in, snipers holding, etc. So a ton of useful information to check bubble maps as well. Go over to holders and you can quickly glance over here and check the bubble maps and see how many clusters or anything like that. And then of course I was talking about buying, selling, pump for migration. So this is only if a token is still migrating. So as you can see here, I can actually choose my sniper mount for I can buy this on migration. So this token might starts migrating, I can buy on migration for 1. So or if I earn an amount, obviously I want to sell on migration. The minute this token migrates, I'm instantly going to dump this token. 100 of my token at the minute migrates. So you like, it's a ton of useful features coming out for Axiom Pro. Really good interface. I'm not gonna lie, really quick on the charts as well, super smooth. And so yeah, I think this is the best trading bot there is right now. I'm definitely better than Photomeme Scope. Photomeme Scope and Bolex or Neo Vision. As you can see here, Neo Vision just looks dry, like very dry compared to Axiom Pulse. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, if you want to get access to Axiom Pulse and all the other features such as the wallet tracker, the Twitter alerts, discover page, ton of other features as well, make sure you check the link in the description. That'll take you over to a link that'll take you over to this link where you have the Axiom early access invite code here. So as I said, like, you need an invite code, so Mu Shorts is the invite code that you should use because obviously it's early access and an invite code is required. So yeah, you can use Mu Shorts. You can use your email or your phone to look up. Everything's super easy to use, super easy to set up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys actually go ahead and check it out and use the platform because it's super useful, super helpful. But yeah, have a great day and peace out. Also, if you want to join our Discord and Telegram, links for those will be in the description.